Aaron from the beginning of March to what you're seeing from him now that tells you that maybe he can do a little bit of what Jermaine did last year as a freshman?
Yeah, he had a lot of development. He's still young, still got that young mentality. Not really, not mature yet, but he will get there. Everyone was 18 once, so. But he's a great player. He showed flashes of himself in camp, so I'm really excited for what he has in store for his future and his time here at Ohio State.
You said in the spring, I think, that you liked what you saw a little bit from Will Howard, but you wanted to see more.
Mm-hmm.
What have you seen more from him, and what do you think of him now that you've seen him a lot more? He's throwing into you guys.
Yeah, so I guess you could say when you're in the weight room, you kind of get a taste of what guys are like, who they really are in the weight room. And I've seen flashes of him being a dog and being a leader, and that's gonna correlate to the field. And just being able to see that, and the moments we have together as a team, and just seeing how he moves around, how he acts. I'm really excited. And on the field, I'm excited for what he has learned from the spring ball. And that this is not an easy defense to go against in practice. So I'm ready to see how he elevates his game and his new offense he's in. And really excited for fall camp and the competitive nature of it.
When did you start seeing those flashes?
Towards the end of camp, and throughout this offseason of just working out, lifting and stuff like that, and just being able to see how he talks and how he moves as a leader of the team. If you're a quarterback of the team, you're a leader of the team. So just being able to see that is pretty cool.
He's going to be in a position where, you've been a starter here for 4 years, and I guess I'll start with this. What would you tell yourself at 18 about what it's actually like being an Ohio State football player and at a program like this that you didn't know then?
I would just say just cancel out the outside noise, surround yourself around the right people, and understanding that every game it's a business decision, not a business decision, but it's a business game. And the higher ups are making decisions of whatever is the best for this team, and it's my job to be able to stay on my P's and Q's and perform every Saturday.
Was that harder or easier than you thought it was going to be when you were 18? And this is a big time program, but just was that noise harder or easier to keep out than you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, for me as a young man, I know it was definitely hard for me to keep away. It was something I was new to. Never really got that taste. The media is crazy. The fans are crazy. But at the same time, the Buckeye fans, the media, they just want to see the Buckeyes, at the best versions of themselves. And, they feel like they're opinionated. But at the same time, now I don't care about opinionship or people who never played the game. But I just know now I would have told myself back then, just cancel that noise out.
Given what you saw from CJ when he was the starter, and what Kyle dealt with last year, do you need to see that from your quarterback? A guy who can handle all of that? Because it's like times 10 or whatever you probably dealt with.
Yeah, definitely, man. The quarterback is a leader of this team, and he needs to be able to be in situations where he's calm and nothing can ever phase him because you got the ball and, that the ball is in your hand, the whole team is in your hands. So just being able to put that trust in us and, us doing that likewise too. So just being able to just manage and win the game.
Hey, Denzel.
Hey, right here.
Kyle's begging for it.
Really easy question for you. Ohio State, you're here representing the university. What does that mean to you to represent and be picked to be here to represent Ohio State?
Yeah, man, it's a blessing just to be able to be recognized by my head coach and my teammates, and the university, and just being able to be here, get a taste of Lucas Oil Stadium, getting my feet wet, and just visualizing me being back here at the end of this year and winning it all and putting the banner up, and this atmosphere, the cameras on us, so just excited and thankful.
And so, what did you see in the last 2 or 3 months from Jermaine that you had to make a leap from your freshman year into your sophomore year and go from an unknown into somebody who they needed to count on as a sophomore?
Mm-hmm.
If Jermaine's like that this year, have you seen enough from him, to show you that, yeah, he's ready for a bigger role?
Yeah, definitely. He's kind of been ready for that after the Penn State game. Ever since then, he's always been upgraded into a new role now, and I'm really happy for him. And I'm glad he's part of our unit, and he's a dog, man, and he's a perfect fit for us.
Did you sense that he was ready for that moment when he got onto campus? Was it pretty early?
No. But once he steps on that field, he just taps into a different mode. And, it's kind of crazy. You might not think someone might not be ready because based off how they're moving and their actions off the field, but when it comes to playing football, he's locked in.
Can you identify with that as a guy who got thrown out there in a Thursday night Minnesota game in the rain as a true freshman?
Well, for me, I'm a little different. I've always believed in myself. I've always had confidence in myself. And for me, it was just playing football, and I've always just took care of the little things. I've always been a pro, and I've been trained at a young level, and I was always given advice and wisdom at a young level on how to maneuver and how to be a pro and how to move in this business. So me just being able to be up in that moment and being a freshman playing at that game, it was just another day in the park for me, man.
To be here as a team leader, as somebody who's one of the top corners in the country, is that what you always envisioned for yourself when you got to Ohio State?
Yeah, definitely. And I want to be recognized as the best corner ever come through here, and put my name on the wall, get a tree, and national championship.
How do you do that this year?
Man, just do what I do best, man. Just have fun, leave it in God's hands, and really just play the game I love to the fullest, and don't take anything for it.
Between you and IGB, Jordan, Jermaine, I think Aaron's got a little bit of that in him. Is this like the best trash talking secondary you've been a part of?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like a lot of the guys in the building fear BIA. We put a lot of fear guys in the units and around the building, and we're probably the most. We talk the most trash. We want to get in your head. We want to get under your skin. And at the end of the day, it's just love. We want to get you better.
Is it crazy to see like Lathan and Caleb, who seem to not do that as much, compared to the corners who seem to never shut up?
Yeah, the safeties are pretty conservative, but they're starting to come along more, and they're starting to pick up on our energy, and I'm excited for this year.
Denzel, speaking about that energy, Coach Walton, Coach DeHart bring a lot of that energy as well. How does Jaron DeHart help make you a better player?
He's a good coach. He's been able to give us little tips here and there, and help us elevate our game. If we ever need some cut-ups or something like that, he's always there, and just giving us opportunities when we need them.
With the expanded coaching staffs coming out, is that something that you're going to be able to see how having more guys to help you guys cut up and get ready? Is that going to be a benefit for the athletes?
Yeah, definitely. Just having always somebody on deck for whatever our needs are, and just being able to get what we need. And, yeah.
If I say the word payback to you, what do you think of?
Right. When you say payback?
If I say payback to you, what comes to mind?
Revenge?
Well, any particular team that might come to mind?
Team or more?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the goal every year. Is it more so because it's manifested itself over a period of time?
Yeah, but it's been pretty built up over time, and heart's boiling just thinking about it. But yeah, mark on the calendar. Yeah.
Good luck in it, man.
Thanks.
Denzel, how much have you been playing the new video game?
I haven't played it yesterday, but every day before that.
Every day?
All night. Yeah.
How long, were you waiting on it for 10 years, 11 years like everybody else has been?
No, I didn't play the NCAA 14, so I'm kind of new to this scene. But it's a crazy game, fun game, arcade type, and I'm glad I'm in the game. It's awesome.
I was going to say, how cool is it to play as yourself in a video game?
Yeah, it's honestly a blessing, man, just to be able to play as myself, see myself in the scarlet and gray, and see my last name on the jersey, see that number, and yeah, man, it's an amazing feeling.
Denzel, Coach Day talked about just being at Ohio State, that always seemed like a target on your guys' back. Everybody is always talking about expectations. How do you guys handle that in-house?
Honestly, just winning the moment. Like I said earlier, just canceling the outside noise and, just leaning on our brothers and just knowing that we're all in this together and, we all have one common goal and we can't let nothing get in the way of that.
Do you read what people are saying, good or bad, or do you just block all of it out and try and read or listen, watching it?
You'll see it. I'll be lying if I said if I didn't see it, but I definitely see what people have to say, and it's cool, I guess.
Denzel, what have you seen from Mylan Graham so far, just in his first 8 weeks?
We're gonna see fall camp. We shall see fall camp. He's a quiet kid. We shall see.
Who's the biggest trash talker in the wide receiver?
Probably Brandon Parnell Tate.
South Florida.
South Florida, Chicago.
Ryan was saying before that Brandon's a guy, when he's out there, you feel him. What is it about Brandon that makes him a guy that you notice when he's on the field?
He'll make spectacular catches, good route runner, good speed, physical, and and quick.
Like you go up against, we've gone up against Mac for a while now. You get a healthy effect out there. How difficult is it to contain for other guys to contain a guy?
Well, just bracket him. But he's a good player, great player, and when he's healthy, he's a problem. I'm really happy for him to be at his best version of himself right now, and he's in a good headspace. Really happy, and I'm glad we have him back to the fullest. And sky's the limit for him.
Denzel, there's been a lot of talk about managing expectations for the goals that you guys have. How much more difficult are those goals this year with the expansion of Big Ten and the expansion of the playoffs?
No pressure. I mean, at the end of the day, we're still playing football, and we got to line up, and it's our players versus your players. And really just taking care of every game and just winning the moment, taking care of the situations, and, week in, week out, and just playing at a high level, and everything will work out how it should be.
For this defense, obviously also a lot of expectations. How excited are you to finally get on the field with this group and just kind of show the nation what you guys have on the defense?
Yeah, I'm really excited to play some football, especially with the guys that I'm with. I got the secondary, I got the D linemen, and just being able to be out there with my boys for one last year, it means the world for me, and I'm just going to give it everything I have, man. I hope they do the same for me.
I want to ask you about the depth. Obviously, the starters are with you, IGB, Jordan Hancock, and Slide. I think Jermaine Matthews is like number 4 corner, Calvin Simpson, maybe sort of number 5 corner. It's pretty crazy. Just your thoughts on the depth there.
Yeah, man. Coach Watt has done a good job of recruiting and picking the right guys that fit our room. And me and IGB, we're trying to set an example, give the guys the blueprint of what it means to, uphold the standard of BIA. And they're up next, and the room is big, and so our job for me and IGB is just to get the young guys ready, because you never know, not just the corners, but the safeties and everybody in the secondary.
Caleb Downs came in. Was it like you guys just embraced him immediately? Did it take a couple days? Just how long did it take to Caleb? Was
like a day or two, especially when you come to Ohio State. Like when people say the brotherhood, that's like a real thing, and we brought him in, and me and him hang down there all the time. So he's a great addition to our room, and really excited to have him on our team.
Denzel, you added Keenan Nelson Jr. this spring as well. What first impressions of him, and how has he kind of gelled with the group in the secondary?
Who?
Keenan Nelson Jr.
Oh, okay, yeah, Keenan. Yeah, he's a good player. We haven't really seen too much. We've been doing OTAs and a couple drills and stuff like that. So good addition to the team. Glad he's on our team. Glad he's part of our cause and what we want to do. And sky's the limit for him.
So you mentioned IGB. Have you seen the most growth in him this year? That's awesome.
Just his mentality, his dog. He's maturing more and understanding how the game moves. I'm pretty sure it's going to move a lot more slower this year, and I'm really excited for him, and blessings towards him, and the sky's the limit for him.
So you have a lot of guys come back, choose to come back this year. How much did the Michigan game factor into those decisions?
Every part of it, honestly. No go pants, no natty. So that was a big part of one of the reasons why we came back, and we're all on the same page. We got to win every single game. All the fans are bucks about it.
So what did you do differently this offseason compared to previous off seasons?
Train harder, separated myself, waking up early, getting my good sleep, catching balls, getting extra work in.
What's that process been like, doing more work catching footballs?
What's the process like?
Yeah, I mean, how much does that motivate you to get some more INTs this year?
Oh, that's the goal this year. Just understand that the ball is all about the ball. It's my job to turn my PBUs into interceptions and hopefully take some back to the crib this year. Definitely.
Denzel, in 21, you were a pretty good player in a secondary that had its struggles. 22, it's like a brand new entire defense.
Yeah.
23, feels like it's all building up to this. What's it been like for you for the last 3 years to be in a room that wasn't up to expectations, started to meet expectations, and last year meets them and then has to exceed them this year? What's that process been like for you as a 4-year guy?
Yeah, man, it teaches you a lot about life and how you have to handle every single situation, and how you got to be consistent in all areas of your life to be able to perform at a high level every Saturday, because this is a business and it's high stakes every week. And just the way I've grown mentally and my growth as a man, just being able to surrounding myself around the right people, putting the work in when I need to put the work in, and understanding that playing corner is not easy. It's a touchdown where you got to prevent giving. Yes, it's a position where you got to prevent giving touchdowns, and just knowing that you got to win on third down, you got to win in situations, and sometimes the game could be on you.
If you go back to yourself at second year at Ohio State, there was this belief or that maybe you had a little bit of a sophomore dip, right?
Mm-hmm.
What was it mentality-wise that forced you to redirect that energy or to recommit to what you're doing now?
Well, honestly, just after my freshman year, I'm an 18-year-old kid. I just started all 12 games and got a little complacent. I feel like I'm on top of the world. I'm doing this. I just played all these games. I balled out, and I kind of lost that. I lost that edge going into my sophomore year a little bit, and then I got hurt, and I had to deal with those difficulties. And I really didn't have no foundation going into my sophomore year, so just having to deal with that. Lowest point for me in my life as a football player, but I've grown from that, and that's something I'm always going to remember.
Do you take a moment to realize how different this path could have been? Tim Walton comes in, heading into that year. What has he meant to you as a cornerback, as a young player, a guy who's been through it? What have you gained out of Tim Walton that has shaped you most?
Yeah, man, he is a great addition to my life on and off the field, and he's really helped me elevate my game to the highest level possible. I'm blessed to have him, and we got one more year together, so me and him plan on going out the right way.
What do you think of the 3-game Fridays, though? I mean, are you helping him write those?
Nah, that's all off the dome.
When did he come up with those?
He'll come up with them like 15 minutes before we huddle up. He's writing it in his head, writing it down, and wow.
When did that start? Was that initially?
As soon as he came.
Okay.
As soon as my sophomore year, as soon as he came through.
Has he gotten better as a rapper?
Yeah, he has. He's low-key spinning some bars.
Hey, Denzel, early in the spring you told us you need to see a little bit more out of Will Howard. We asked, what are you seeing out of Will Howard? You said, I need to see a little more out of him. Did he show you more as spring went on, or do you still need to see a little bit more?
I mean, I definitely got to see a lot more, definitely going against this defense we're in. I didn't really get that. I saw a little bit of flashes towards the end, a little something new, but, fall camp is really going to test them. And, they're going against the best defense in the country. So we just plan on getting him better and, hoping for the best, man. Sky's the limit.
Denzel, what was the biggest thing that you kind of took away from that Missouri loss? How did it change the psyche of the team, particularly the offense?
Really no psyche. At the end of the day, the Cotton Bowl is not a game nobody wants to play. We weren't competing for nothing. But, when you lose a game, that's not something you just deal with lightly, we lost. We got to take it to the chin. But for me, I think most of us, we were just thinking about the Team of North game and how we, one play changed the whole game, and just missing that opportunity. But yeah, just that loss is not something we dealt with lightly, But it's in the past now. We're looking forward, man, and it's going to be a great year this year.
Denzel, defense obviously made a big jump last year. What's the next step in year 3 under Jim Knowles?
Just go from good to elite.
You didn't get the turnovers. Is that the biggest thing? Maybe creating those kind of things?
Yeah, man, it's all about the ball, creating turnovers, running to the ball, and just bringing energy every game.
Denzel and Mecca was saying that, since you got to Ohio State, you kind of been you, just no filter. You say what's on your mind. I think a lot of people appreciate that. Have you always been that way, even since being a kid, and kind of what made you into being that kind of person?
I've actually always been pretty quiet as a kid and really kind of held my tongue. But as I grew older, kind of came to realize that when I talk, people listen. And it's my job to just be a man of integrity and let people know how I really feel and give them the raw and uncut. Because some people won't give you that. You need truth tellers in your life.
Denzel, what kind of growth have you seen from Will Howard since when he got here to where he is now?
Big road. He's a 5th year vet, so he kind of knows how this train rolls. It's his job to lead this team and lead us to the promised land.
Are you confident that what you're seeing from him, he can be that guy to lead you to all your goals?
Yeah, definitely, man. We're gonna get right this fall camp. We're gonna push each other, have fun, and most importantly, man, just be with each other, man, and just build this camaraderie. I think I said that right.
when he throws, does he look more comfortable than when he was here a few months ago?
Say it again.
When Will throws, does he look more comfortable?
I haven't really seen him throw since spring ball, but it's been good. Yeah, it's been good.